Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to R.A. Fagnall Hall. CCIW volleyball action on tap tonight. The Elmhurst College Blue Jays hosting Illinois Wesleyan University Titans. Elmhurst riding a 12-match winning streak, ranked 17th in the nation, doing battle with the Titans in what's likely to be a preview of the CCIW tournament play-in match next Tuesday. I'm Kevin Jude, joined now by Tim Calderwood. And Tim, an exciting match on tap once again here on BlueJayTV.com as the Blue Jays looking to win number 13 straight.
It's amazing what a role this Elmhurst squad has been on since their CCIW loss to Carthage back on September 27th. They've won 12 in a row, have not lost in the month of October, and have avenged 2 of their 4 defeats on the season by virtue of a 4-set victory over the University of Chicago this weekend here at Elmhurst, and also a victory over Carthage in 5 sets in Wisconsin back on October 8th. You want to go back and look at a turning point. Really, the turning point came against Wisconsin Whitewater on October 6th, who was nationally ranked at the time, and Elmhurst really stepped up and emerged as a strong team then, and it's just kind of carried over since. Both teams are in white here this evening. It is Dig for the Cure night at Elmhurst. A nice rally to start out. Cindy Mann will ease it over. Antonia V.C. Smith swings on the left side. Elmhurst with a bit of blue in the unis. Illinois Wesleyan with the green. Perry Morgan in the back row will set up V.C. Smith again, and the rally continues here. From the set position, Stacy Hassinger taps it over. Winding up on the right side is Rasmussen. Back and forth we go for Graybar. And converting for the Blue Jays is Sam Zarmak, and with that we are underway. A long rally to start play today.
That may be one of the longest rallies we've seen all year here at R.A. Fagnall Hall. Both teams, good defensive position to start out. Zarmak able to attack it from the back and put it away.
Serving for Elmhurst, Caitlin Wilkes. The starters for the Blue Jays: Caitlin Wilkes, Megan Reynolds, Erin Thill, Taylor Rasmussen, Antonia V.C. Smith, Sam Zarmak, and Perry Morgan as the libero. Elmhurst over the top, even one apiece. And a first substitution for Illinois Wesleyan as Rachel Sotwadill, Bloomington product, onto the floor for the Titans. Serving is Maddie Graybar. The starters for Illinois Wesleyan: Jenny Darrow, the libero, Katie Rhodes, Maddie Graybar, Stacy Hassinger, Alex Hill, Sarah Bloom, and Cindy Mann. But they've already made a change and hold a 2-1 lead here in set number 1. Phil will set up V.C. Smith, charging ahead on the left side. Antonia V.C. Smith evens things up at 2 apiece. This is the final regular season home match for the Blue Jays, who this weekend will take part in the Benedictine University Eagle Classic, which will be played at North Central. They will have a home match in the CCIW play-in round next Tuesday, as Kevin mentioned, potentially against this very same Illinois Wesleyan squad. Too much from Sotwadill.
CCIW standings entering tonight's match: Carthage 6-0, already clinched a share of the conference title. They're likely going to be, at least the worst case scenario, hosting the conference tournament as well, should they get in through the play-in round. Milliken at 5-1, Elmhurst sitting in third at 4-2. Then a pair of teams at 3-3, Wheaton and North Central. Illinois Wesleyan 2-4, Augie 1-5, and North Park 0-6.
And a whistle. Was it before the serve, or the serve was out, but the whistle came as the serve was tailing away. And it looks like they are going to, what do we have here?
I'm not entirely sure, Tim. I think we're just going to redo that. Replay that point. Whistle was before the serve.
Well, it's Cindy Mann serving again for Illinois Wesleyan with a 4-3 Titan advantage. Just kept off of the floor, winding up the left arm of Rhodes. Back from whence it came, and a double hit called on the set.
Assuming the top teams in the conference are to hold on tonight, schedule looks like Wheaton at North Park, Illinois Wesleyan here tonight at Elmhurst, North Central is at Milligan, and Carthage is at Augustana. If the top teams right now all win tonight, it would set up a rematch right here. Elmhurst and Illinois Wesleyan would go at it next Tuesday in the play-in match of the CCIW tournament.
Having said that, do you do anything differently then, not wanting to give too much away, headed into the CCIW tournament next week?
I wouldn't think so. I think you're just going to go out, try to and play to win this, make it 13 in a row.
And a lesson in for the Blue Jays in serving. Stuffed at the net. Aaron Thill and Megan Reynolds combined. Reynolds, cited by the CCIW again this week as the Offensive Player of the Week. Second time this season she has received the honor. 6-4 Elmhurst advantage in the first set.
Blue Jays had a couple good candidates there for not just Megan Reynolds. Sam Zarmak was an all-tournament team selection this past weekend.
Thill will set up Zarmak. Knocked in the air by Hassinger from the back row. The libero with an attempt. Here's Reynolds winding up and a whole lot of open space for Megan Reynolds.
Big gap in that Titan defense in the back corner. The Blue Jays now surging in front, up 7-4.
And a lesson, a sophomore out of Bloomington. Serving right down the middle, targeting the libero. From the back row, it's Graybar and couldn't get it over.
You said, Tim, that turning point on this season for the Blue Jays. They had started out strong nonetheless, opening up 3-1, then winning a chunk in a row, about 8 in a row before taking back-to-back losses to UW Oshkosh and then to Milliken.
Good diving save. Thill for Reynolds in the middle, and just a little too much there.
Let's get back to where they were, though. Elmhurst had come off a loss to Carthage on September 27th. They were just 4-3 over their last 7 games. They started with a win over Augustana on the 4th of October and then put together 5 impressive wins in a row.
8-5 advantage. Soltwedill makes it consecutive points for Illinois Wesleyan.
Mentioned UW Whitewater, the victory on the 6th here. Blue Jays sweeping them in 3. Then a very tough tournament field at the UW Platteville tournament, and the Blue Jays ran the table, beating Cornell, Platteville, avenging an earlier season loss to Carthage, and then toppling Wartburg. 4 very solid teams, 2 nationally ranked teams.
Elmhurst in the net. 8-7, 3 straight for Illinois Wesleyan to pull within 1 here in the first set. Katie Rhodes serving. Reynolds with a facial.
Short, quick set right down the middle to Megan Reynolds, and you got to look out if you're a Titan defender. She can unload on that.
Barry Morgan serving for Elmhurst out of Avon, Indiana, a junior for the Blue Jays, who are 25-4, ranked 17th in the nation, according to the American Volleyball Coaches Association. Soltwedill has it sent back. Alex Hill has it come back at her as well. In the back row, it's Graybar. Received by Lesson in the middle. Wilkes will have a go.
Blue Jays were ranked 19th last week. They vaulted up 2 spots in the standings after posting a 4-0 tournament record this past week. And interestingly enough, they beat University of Chicago on Friday, and Chicago, who was ranked 16th, stayed at 16. Can never quite figure out how those poll voters are going to vote some weeks.
Caitlin Wilkes again, 11-7, Elmhurst with the lead here in the first.
And the important rankings, Tim, are scheduled to be out tomorrow night. That's the second round of the NCAA regional rankings. Blue Jays checked in 3rd in the region last week. Carthage was 1, Chicago was 2. Interesting to see if Elmhurst moves in front of Chicago in this week's regional rankings.
Deep serve from Morgan. And Mia Thalman in the back row. Stepping up is Marcy Novak. One of the things about Elmhurst here in 2011 as well has been the variety of contributions. The emergence of Sam Zarmak, a freshman, stepping into the starting lineup as Illinois Wesleyan will take a timeout. Marcy Novak, the various roles that Hannah Lesson has played throughout the course of this season as well.
Yeah, the Blue Jays have a lot of depth on this squad this year. And like you said, multi-talented, the ability to play different positions.
12-7, Elmhurst with the advantage here on Blue Jay TV tonight. It is volleyball action. Tim Calderwood with you alongside Kevin Jude for the CCIW's regular season finale. It is Dig for the Cure night tonight. Lots of pink out here in the crowd as Elmhurst hoping to raise awareness during this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Blue Jays, winners of 12 in a row, leading early here, 12-7. Kind of a back-and-forth start, but it seems like Elmhurst has finally been able to settle in.
Elmhurst did the same thing last week against North Park. Even after a quick start in the second set for both teams, Blue Jays just able to put together a couple long runs, pull away. And when you can do that consistently, you're going to win a lot of matches, and that's been the story for Elmhurst during this impressive 12-game winning streak.
Illinois Wesleyan taking a timeout here in the first set as the teams break huddles. Titans led by longtime head coach Kim Nelson-Brown. They sit at 14-13 overall. 2-4 in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin this past weekend. They finished 1-3 in Michigan, taking on Hope and Calvin in a split tournament there. Only victory was against Albion. They lost in straight sets to Calvin, who's the #1 team in the nation presently. A couple of those sets fairly competitive at 25-19. Back set towards Wilkes. And Wilkes has been very strong for the Blue Jays. And again, we were talking about some of the storylines for Elmhurst this year, Kevin. Really, one of those has to be, obviously, Megan Reynolds is kind of the go-to player for Elmhurst. But after her, it's kind of like, who do you try and stop? Because Elmhurst can beat you in so many different ways.
A lot of weapons for this year's Elmhurst team. And the nice thing, Tim, not one senior on this squad, a handful of juniors, primarily underclassmen on this squad, setting the potential building blocks in place for a strong run for the next couple seasons.
Would you say that this is kind of a surprising year then, having talked about that being so many underclassmen?
Yes and no. I think we saw where Elmhurst was at last season in a similar spot. They finished 5-2 in conference play, qualifying for the conference tournament, had a strong season last year with a predominantly freshman team. You add to that a little bit with some more freshmen this year. Everyone else has a year to mature.
How about Caitlin Wilkes again? Illinois Wesleyan just has not been able to ID the Elmhurst sophomore middle hitter.
When you come back to having those players, the sophomores who were freshmen last year, got a lot of playing time, got some experience. They've matured a great deal in just one season with this team. And the freshmen getting some big contributions right off the bat. Sam Zarmak, one you mentioned, who's come in and really made an impact difference, giving the Blue Jays an outside hitter and a strong force on the outside. That, the success of this team, not surprising at all. Maybe the level of success and this 12-match winning streak and a 25-4 record, maybe that might surprise a few teams, but Blue Jays playing extremely confident right now and looking very strong as Zarmak unloads through the block.
Zarmak is a freshman out of St. Charles as Taylor Rasmussen returns. Now, each and every year, Julie Hall has certainly not shied away from the scheduling. She likes to test her team early on, and perhaps some of that early season schedules has helped this Elmhurst squad gain confidence throughout the year to try and set the tone as the season progresses.
Absolutely. She's always played a very tough schedule. You'll always see a lot of the Wisconsin, the WIAC League, UW Platteville, UW Whitewater, UW Oshkosh. You'll see a lot of those teams on the schedule every year, or the Blue Jays perhaps going to the Wisconsin tournaments. You see the University of Chicago on our schedule on a couple of occasions. Whitewater coming here and playing some tough teams on the road. Wartburg in a neutral side tournament setting as well. So, like you said, a strong schedule once again. Blue Jays having an excellent shot this year of making the NCAA tournament in front of them this year. Pairing's not announced for another week or two. Conference tournament starting up not this coming weekend, but next weekend. The play-in match will be Tuesday. Basically, if you're unfamiliar with the way the CCIW works for that, they'll seed the top 8 teams, 1 through 8, all the way down The top 4 teams will all host the lower 4 teams in a play-in match. Those 4 winners will then go to the conference tournament site. The highest remaining seed will host the conference tournament on Friday, a week from this Friday, Saturday, with the CCIW tournament winner getting the league's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament.
Losses for Elmhurst this season in CCIW play, both at home to Milliken and to Carthage as well. 17-8. Blue Jays in control here in the opening set.
And the Blue Jays were able to avenge that loss against Carthage just a few weeks later. And I'm sure Elmhurst would love to get another shot at Milliken and maybe get that one back.
Alex Hill mistimed her jump a little bit. The junior middle hitter for Illinois Wesleyan. We talk about the Blue Jays not having any seniors. Well, this Illinois Wesleyan team relatively young as well. Just one senior, and that's the setter, and Stacy Hassinger. Deep aggressive serve from Aaron Thill. And Perry Morgan did her best but couldn't keep it off the hardwood. 18-9. First set of play tonight here in Elmhurst. Jenny Darrow serving. Freshman out of Bloomington. Zarmak steps up, targets Darrow in the back row. Thill will lead Wilkes, short over the blockers and in between a triangle of Titans.
That's one of the things that stands out for me this season, Tim, is just how smart the Blue Jay players have been on the court. Picking their spots, knowing when to go up and swing, knowing when then just to take it short and just dump it over the blockers in front.
19-9, Elmhurst with the advantage here in the first. And an ace for Sam Zarmak.
Blue Jays last Tuesday, one of their best serving matches of the season against North Park. 7 aces in the opening set against the Vikings.
Zarmak again with a deep serve. And Illinois Wesleyan will finally record the side out.
Eddie Graybar able to fight it through the Elmhurst block.
Hassinger with a very short serve. Morgan will race in. Rasmussen swings on the right edge. Elmhurst second in the CCIW in hitting percentage at .241.
Taylor Rasmussen, a very strong sophomore season as well for the Blue Jays after missing pretty much the entire season last year with an injury.
Axe set. Leading Sydney Mann, and they'll say it was touched. Or now the officials are going to confer.
I say neither official signaled the touch. Neither official signaled the tip. Neither did any of the linesmen. It is Elmhurst point, 22-10 now.
It initially pointed Illinois Wesleyan, where the down referee was like, nope, that wasn't touched. And a left-handed attempt from Katie Rhodes. Substitution for Illinois Wesleyan. Graybar with a punch serve. Thill back towards V.C. Smith. Knocked in the air and out of position. 23-11, Elmhurst with the advantage.
Elmhurst just rolling right now.
Elmhurst only surrendered 6 points in the first set against Simpson this weekend. 25-6. So the 11 on the board is not the fewest in a single set this year. Jump ball at the net. Reynolds will guide it over. Over towards Soltwoodill. And a side out for Illinois Wesleyan.
Titans staying alive, fighting that one off the Elmhurst block. Just in front of a diving Marcy Novak.
Cindy Mann to serve for the Titans. From the back row, Marcy Novak short and down.
Good recognition by Novak. Saw the opening again. Just trying to get that one up over the top of the blockers and right to the floor. And the Blue Jays have a bunch of set points here at 24-12.
And Alessin will serve for the first set. Other ideas for Alex Hill, though, who extends this opening frame. Katie Rhodes, very short on the serve. Phil leaves it for Reynolds. Saltwoodell deep. Phil from the set slot. Used both the fingertips and the heel of the hand. So 2 straight for Illinois Wesleyan. Crowd still trying to will the Blue Jays to a victory here in the opening set. Sam Zarmak, yes. 25-14 is the final in the opener. Elmhurst wins it at home. They're up a set. We'll have the second set of action coming your way in moments on Blue Jay TV.
I've had a great experience at Elmhurst, I really have. I think that the college is all about making the individual well-rounded, and I do think that I have grown up a lot since I've been at college. I've played soccer and I'm in the nursing program. Kind of everything just fell together. The team was just so nice and welcome. My freshman year we went to Brazil for preseason, and that was the coolest thing ever. So it was just our team. We stayed at this big soccer resort, and there was all these fields and all these little kids playing, and then we just had our own field, and we played against different Brazilian teams. It's been great, and I've made so many new friends. The soccer aspect, I think that I've kind of got a family there, and I just love it.
I have had a great experience at Elmhurst. I'm obviously involved with the volleyball program. We're like sisters. It was instant friends as soon as I came here. Every year, the seniors get to pick places where we want to go for a tournament. So we've been to California, Colorado, Boston, and it's just been a fun experience because not only do we play volleyball, we also get to do touristy types of things. I would say we're pretty close because we practice 5 days a week for 2.5 hours. We're lifting, we're doing bonding things, and we're traveling on the weekends. So you're pretty much with these girls for 3 months every single day for hours. So we're all pretty close.
A set in the books here on Blue Jay TV. Tim Calderwood with you alongside Kevin Juday. 17th ranked Elmhurst leading Illinois Wesleyan after recording a 25-14 decision in the opener. Elmhurst will begin on serve in the second set. Aaron Thill with the honors as the teams have switched sides. Back row attack from Katie Rhodes. The first set opened with an incredible rally. We'll see if the second set follows suit. Perry Morgan will race in. In the middle it is Wilkes. Illinois Wesleyan backs up, and this is a very similar start to the second set. How about Rasmussen? Thwarted again. Graybar. Now it's Zarmak winding up. Sarah Blum is there defensively. And the Titans end the rally as Cindy Mann fails to make it over the net. And Elmhurst opens the scoring here in the second set. Aaron Thill, a junior setter out of Freeport, Illinois, serving for the Blue Jays. Still racing over, and Zarmak does her best to just push it over the top of the net. In the middle, winding up for the Titans and converting is Cindy Mann. So we are even at 1 apiece here in set number 2. And it wouldn't sneak over for Rasmussen. Stacey Hassinger serving. Here's Zarmak. Yes!
Nice location from Sam Zarmak, just going cross court, back corner, and puts it away.
Sam Zarmak serving for Elmhurst. 2-2 here in the second. And an error. Programming note for you. Tomorrow a doubleheader of soccer action over at Barron's Park. Men's and women's soccer against Milliken, both off of big victories over Wheaton this weekend. 5 o'clock women's matchup, 7:30 men. 2 straight for the Blue Jays.
It was a thrilling triple header on BlueJayTV.com this past weekend. 3 fantastic games out at Langhorse Field. A pair of lead changes in the final minute 20 of the football game with the Blue Jays victorious. The women's soccer team rallying and for a tying goal with 2 minutes left, and then scoring in overtime to defeat the previously unranked, unbeaten Thunder. And then the men's soccer team capping the night with a 4-2 win over Wheaton as well.
And we're also pleased to report that coming up this Saturday, we will have video for you on Blue Jay TV from North Central's Benedetti Worley Stadium.
First ever road football game, first ever road game period that we're going to broadcast with video on BlueJayTV.com.
What a block from Megan Reynolds in the middle.
Megan Reynolds just right there and just hammers that right back to the ground. Big hole in the middle. Reynolds skies up and knocks it back down.
Katie Rufer appearing for the first time. Marcy Novak is in to serve. Novak, the sophomore out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. In other words, we have a pretty busy week in store for you here on Blue Jay TV. And an ace. And then coming up next week as well, we will have the CCIW play-in match for volleyball coming up on Tuesday. So a lot to look forward to in the coming days here on Blue Jay TV. Katie Rhodes in the back row towards Morgan. Reynolds with an attempt. Finessed over by Kinsey Schweigert.
Great dive by Graybar to keep that play alive, but the Titans unable to put it in play.
6-4 Elmhurst in set number 2. Marcy Novak with a looping serve for the Blue Jays. Charging up is Schweigert. Stuffed. Rhodes with an opening right in between Rufer and Novak.
Good look by Reynolds. Well, Reynolds coming, or excuse me, by Illinois Wesleyan. Saw Megan Reynolds coming up to step in and try to block that one. Went just around her. Found the opening.
Novak from the back row. Dug out by Graybar. Short attempt up front from Alex Hill. Clears the blockers and drops. We're even at 6 apiece here in the second set. Megan Reynolds again. A little bit of an overprotection from Illinois Wesleyan on the shift. Kim Nelson-Brown up off of the bench for the Titans.
Like you said, Illinois Wesleyan so worried about Megan Reynolds that there's a lot of other players on this Elmhurst team who are capable of putting the ball down.
Zarmak off the blockers. Here's Schweigert. And it never worked its way over the net. 8-6 Elmhurst. Anthony VC Smith, junior from Joliet. And Schweigert eased it off of Reynolds to pull Illinois Wesleyan within one here in the second set. Elmhurst up a set at home. Elmhurst this season 10-3 at home. 2 of those 3 losses have come to CCIW foes. Carthage and also to Milliken. Perry Morgan on serve for Elmhurst, targeting her fellow libero. Swung on by Graybar, set up in the middle, and Illinois Wesleyan in the net.
So about the exact same spot where we were in the opening set. Started out very tight, and then Elmhurst went on a long run to open it up. Blue Jays already with a 3-point cushion right now.
Elmhurst first to double digits here in this second set. Eased over by Hill. Finessed by Rufer. And Elmhurst in the net. Wouldn't have mattered anyhow because it ended up dropping in. Jenny Darrow serving. Zarmak led towards the net. Free ball at the net. Set over by Wilkes. Lumbering ahead is Graybar. And Illinois Wesleyan has again closed to within 1. They haven't been able to get over the hump, though, here in the second. Darrow very short. Zarmak into the back row. Darrow will step up. Here's Wilkes, denied. Morgan backwards towards Zarmak. Darrow does her best. What an effort by Novak to come in. Here's Zarmak once more. And steered over by Graybar, who missed.
A couple of long rallies early in this second set. Titans trying to keep this one a little bit closer.
Returning for Elmhurst, Taylor Rasmussen. Aaron Thill serving. A solid one at that. Graybar right over the top of the blockers. And it's a side out towards Illinois Wesleyan. (12-10) the Blue Jays hold the advantage.
Placement right on that back row, or on that back line, but definitely in.
Sam Zarmak right down the middle. Up at the net, denied. What a dig by Perry Morgan. Zarmak from the back row. It was tipped 13-10 Elmhurst. And a substitution for the Titans. Stephanie Polich, junior defensive specialist out of Lyons, Illinois. Graybar into the back row. Here's VC Smith with an opening, punched around and a lift.
Elmhurst opening it up again, 14-10 now. Let's see if that gets a timeout from Kim Nelson-Brown, and it does.
We're in the second set here on Blue Jay TV. Tim Calderwood next to Kevin Jude on this Dig for the Cure night. Elmhurst up a set and starting to pull away here in the second. Kevin, Illinois Wesleyan seems to have been breaking out just about everybody and anything possible to try to slow down this Elmhurst attack.
Titans have got to try to figure something out here. Like we said, just like in the first set, it was a close set until Elmhurst put together a big run and pulled away. Kim Nelson-Brown used the timeout in the first at about a 4-point differential, just like we have right now, and it didn't do the Titans any good. Blue Jays won the first 3 out of the timeout to open up a 7-point lead, and at that point it was pretty much all over. They were able to cruise here. Titans have got to get a few straight points here to try to get themselves back into the set. Otherwise, we could be on our way to Elmhurst with a 2-0 lead.
14-10, Elmhurst leads in the second here on Blue Jay TV. The Blue Jays are up a set as well. And on serve, Sam Zarmak with the honors. Zarmak continues to improve throughout the course of her freshman campaign. Stepped in ready for collegiate action. Caitlin Wilkes short. Trudging ahead is Graybar. Still from the set position drops it in. Zarmak has really provided that extra weapon for the Blue Jays as well.
She missed a few matches early on in the season as well. She played the opening night of the tournament, of the Blue Jays' first tournament on Friday back in September. Then was unable to go Saturday and then missed a few weeks after that as well. But has come back strong and, like you said, giving the Blue Jays a force on the outside that they desperately needed.
Zarmak serving again for the Blue Jays. She's played in 24 matches and 82 sets this year. As Caitlin Wilkes continues the Elmhurst run, 16-10.
Yeah, she missed day 2 of the Elmhurst Invitational back in September, and then the Stevens Point UW-Oshkosh Triangular on the 7th, and I think she may have missed North Central on the 13th before getting back into the picture.
Back set towards Mann. And Elmhurst continuing to pad the advantage and forcing another Illinois Wesleyan timeout. Well, 17-10, the Blue Jays in control.
We called it, Tim. I said just like the opening set, Illinois Wesleyan was down by 4. Kim Nelson-Brown called the timeout, but the Blue Jays came out, won the first 3 points after the timeout, opened up a 7-point lead, and deja vu. That's exactly what they've done here again. A 4-point deficit by the Titans. They burn a timeout at Elmhurst with 3 straight. 17-10 now. The Blue Jays on the verge of pulling away here for set number 2.
Elmhurst leading by a set at home on this Tuesday night. Volleyball action for you here on Blue Jay TV. Tim Calder alongside Kevin Jude. Elmhurst looking to close out the regular season portion of the CCIW schedule with a victory. Conference tournament play opens next week with the play-in match, which will take place on Tuesday here at R.A. Fagnall Hall, likely against this very same Illinois Wesleyan squad, as Elmhurst looking to close out the Titans here in the second set. Sam Zarmak has been serving throughout this run. And the freshman again with a very deep serve, forcing Illinois Wesleyan out of position. Calling for it is Hassinger. Rasmussen swings. Oh, my goodness.
Big swing from the outside. You got a Titan player a little shaken up on the back row as she tumbled over. I know she may hit her head on the floor when she dove, but we'll head to the bench. Think she's okay.
Taylor Rasmussen with over 100 kills this year and 88 sets played. This is the 30th match of the season for Elmhurst. Rhodes will have a go. Eased up for V.C. Smith. V.C. Smith's role has kind of changed on a few different occasions throughout this 2011 season. She's been both a starter and a reserve. Back in the starting lineup for the Blue Jays here as the season winds down.
Well, this has been a lineup. I don't think Julie Hall has really tinkered with her lineup since this streak started, Tim. The starting lineup has been pretty much the same. You saw Erin Thill almost exclusively in center for a little bit. You've seen Katie Rufer get her way, and Katie had a great game the other day against University of Chicago in their win, in the Blue Jays win. So Julia Hall has a rotation that's going well for them, and she is not messing with a good thing right now for the Blue Jays as they're looking for win number 13 in a row tonight.
Erin Wachtel with her first appearance of the season, or of the night, I should say. Wachtel actually ranks second in the CCIW in assists, 9.56 per set. Playing time has been limited of late, and V.C. Smith may have grazed the antenna on the attempt.
Julia Hall asking for an explanation.
Kinsey Schweigert returning for Illinois Wesleyan. 20-11, Elmhurst with the advantage here in the second set. A back set towards Rasmussen. On her knees is Graybar. Rhodes shortened down.
Off the block of Caitlin Wilkes that time. Blue Jays not able to recover defensively. May have been in position to handle that if it hadn't tipped off of Wilkes.
20-12, V.C. Smith, powerful.
Sky high set from Phil, and V.C. Smith leapt out of the gym to go put that one away. Boy, that's about as high as you've seen her get up in this match, as she was well above the net and just hammered that straight down.
Caitlin Wilkes down the middle. Schweigert left edge blocked. Rasmussen and Reynolds. 22-12 Elmhurst. And Kim Nelson-Brown continues to shake it up. Here's Audra James, a freshman from St. Joseph, Illinois. Their first appearance of the evening. Wilkes with an arcer. Stepping up is Rhodes, and Rhodes will convert the side out for Illinois Wesleyan. (22-13) our count here in the second set. Sydney Mann serving for the Titans. Zarmak from the back row just eyed it up. Zarmak just sat there and waited and was able to pull the Blue Jays a point closer here in the second set. Back to serve is Marcy Novak. At Jenny Darrow. The left side, Audra James. Denied, stepping up is Rhodes, and it's blocked by Reynolds and V.C. Smith. Set point for Elmhurst here in the second.
Second block in about 3 plays here for Megan Reynolds.
Second set has transpired virtually the same as the first. Hill had a swing. Here's Rhodes off the blockers. Rufer did her best, out of position a bit to try and keep it alive. That is a side out for the Titans. First set saw Elmhurst record a 25-14 victory. They have a chance for the same score here in the second. Back set towards V.C. Smith. Illinois Wesleyan scrambling. Rhodes will guide it over the net. Here's V.C. Smith again, this time short. Back on the left edge towards James, and James able to find some space.
Blue Jays electing to let that one go. Thought it might drop, sail long, but it just dropped in. Keeping the Titans alive in this one.
24-15, here's V.C. Smith off the antenna. Titans showing a little bit of life here late in the second set, perhaps trying to build ahead towards the third.
3 straight points for Illinois Wesleyan. They've fought off a few.
They've been swept in consecutive matches.
Make it 4 straight points for the Titans. Julie Hall I don't think she's going to call a timeout just yet. Still, you've got 7 set points here for Elmhurst.
Katie Rhodes with the left hand, setting it up for V.C. Smith.
Now I think she'll call a timeout.
24-18, there is the timeout for Elmhurst. Illinois Wesleyan not going away here in set number 2. Trailing 24-18 here on Blue Jay TV. Kevin, they've fended off several set points already.
Well, they fought off 5 so far, but at the same time, they're still down by 6 points here. Elmhurst with 11 set point opportunities here at one point. Titans get 5 in a row, but Julie Hall going to call a timeout. Just a quick one. Let her players talk about it, maybe catch their breath, and just say, just need one more point. Handle a good serve, take a good serve receive, a good pass to the setter, and then let's see one of your hitters go up and try and put it away here. Now they're back on the court, just only used about half of the 1 minute timeout that they got. Used about 30 seconds worth of it before they're ready to go.
Katie Rhodes serving for Illinois Wesleyan, and Rhodes nearly with an ace. Novak recovers off of an assist from Morgan. Reynolds ends it. 25-18, Elmhurst captures the second. The Blue Jays will try and sweep Illinois Wesleyan at home when we return on Blue Jay TV.
I have had a great experience at Elmhurst. I'm obviously involved with the volleyball program. We're like sisters. It was instant friends as soon as I came here. Every year, the seniors get to pick places where we want to go for a tournament. So we've been to California, Colorado, Boston, and it's just been a fun experience because not only do we play volleyball, we also get to do touristy types of things. I would say we're pretty close because we practice 5 days a week for 2.5 hours. We're lifting, we're doing bonding things, and we're traveling on the weekends. So you're pretty much with these girls for 3 months every single day for hours. So we're all pretty close.
Back on Blue Jay TV, volleyball action on this Tuesday night. CCIW affair between Elmhurst and Illinois Wesleyan. I'm Tim Calder alongside Kevin Jude. Elmhurst looking to sweep Illinois Wesleyan. The Blue Jays are up 2-0, winning the first set 25-14, taking the second 25-18. Illinois Wesleyan certainly made things interesting a little bit late down that second set, and we'll see if the Titans can carry over some momentum at all here into the third. One thing I can tell you, Kim Nelson-Brown has gone with a much different look to start this third set. Caitlin Wilkes will aim at Erin Wachtel. Stepping up is Graybar, denied. Airborne from Thalman, short. Eased over by Zarmak. That was tipped as Illinois Wesleyan scores the opening point here in the third set. Erin Wachtel, a sophomore out of Champaign, Illinois. Uses the top of the tape on the serve. Zarmak swings. Graybar with an opportunity. Back set towards Rasmussen, coming back at the Blue Jays. Denied at the net by Maddie Graybar and Alex Hill.
Well, you mentioned Illinois Wesleyan trying to change it up as best they can to get something going here, and Titans out to an early 2-0 lead with this new lineup.
Hill back towards Zarmak, who connects.
Zarmak quickly ending the Titans' 2-point run to start things. Maya Thalman, who we didn't see on the floor for the first 2 sets, out there now for the Titans.
Zarmak with the first Elmhurst serve of the third set. Short attempt from Katie Rhodes. Rasmussen awaits. Rhodes just missed.
Sends it long, no touch by the Blue Jays, and we're even up at 2.
Elmhurst ranked 17th in the latest top 25 poll. Illinois Wesleyan way out of position. They're able to push it over as Sarah Blum has taken over at the libero slot.
And Graybar, along with Stoltwilder, there for a block for Illinois Wesleyan. Puts the Titans back on top, 3-2.
Maddie Graybar serving, product of St. Ignatius. Twists it over the tape. And it's a free ball in the middle for Alex Hill. Zarmak does her best, and Thill will just tap it over the net. Rasmussen back to V.C. Smith. Rasmussen and Wilkes in the middle.
Good rally by both teams, a couple of good saves. Sam Zarmak diving towards the stands to keep that one alive early.
Three apiece. Caitlin Wilkes down the middle. Winding up his Hill way too easy. Perfectly set up on the receive of the serve on through. Sarah Blum out of California. One of only 2 players not from the state of Illinois on the roster for Illinois Wesleyan. V.C. Smith up the left side of the floor.
Right down the line goes V.C. Smith, and we're all even at 4.
Alyssa Milkey off the bench for Elmhurst. First appearance today for the junior from Lake Zurich. This 4-4 matchup, third set. Elmhurst up 2-0. Rhodes winds up with way too much on it. Ilke with a short serve. Rhodes is blocked. V.C. Smith and Reynolds at the net.
It's very, very hard to go through Megan Reynolds as she has registered at least her 4th block of the match.
6'1", the tallest player on the Elmhurst roster. And there's Reynolds again along with Katie Rufer combining at the net, 7-4. Alyssa Milkey. Twisting one towards Blum. Making an 8-4 Elmhurst advantage.
5 straight points by the Blue Jays. It was 4-3 in favor of the Titans.
Run is ended by Katie Rhodes. It'll be Rhodes on serve as well for Illinois Wesleyan. Rufer with a back set towards V.C. Smith, and that's swatted. Audra James and Sydney Mann at the net for Illinois Wesleyan.
James with the block just rolls back across the tape and rolls to the floor.
The left-handed serve of Katie Rhodes. Here's V.C. Smith on the left edge. Little miscommunication from Illinois Wesleyan as Blum steps in. V.C. Smith off the tape with a little help and down the middle as well, 9-6.
One of the things that's been impressive, Tim, so far is in this run of 12 straight wins in this season has been the Elmhurst defense. Very good in passing, something that the Blue Jays really struggled with at times last season. You're not seeing their setters, either Aaron Thiel or Katie Rufer, having to run all over the court trying to track the ball down. Blue Jays have been pretty sharp with their passing as Kim Nelson-Brown back to her bench.
Rachel Sote-Waddell turning for the Titans here in the third to trail 10-6. It's a deep serve from V.C. Smith. Eased ahead. Stepping up is Zarmak, uncontested. Timeout, Illinois Wesleyan. 11-6, Elmhurst with the advantage here in set number 3. Tim Calderwood alongside Kevin Jude with you on Blue Jay TV. And Kevin, Kim Nelson-Brown did her best to try and change up this lineup for Illinois Wesleyan here to start the third. It worked early, but the Blue Jays have since adjusted.
Yeah, it's been a 9-2 run now in favor of Elmhurst over the last 11 points. It was 4-2 Illinois Wesleyan, actually, not 4-3. But the Blue Jays have come out back on fire again, and another strong run to take a commanding lead here. The timeout, first timeout in the first 2 sets didn't work well for the Titans. Elmhurst came out with a 4 or 5 point lead and extended it with 3-4 straight points. The Blue Jays can do that again here. They're well on their way to a 3-0 sweep tonight with an 11-6 lead already. Illinois Wesleyan's got to come out strong out of this timeout.
One thing Elmhurst has been doing very well today is taking Illinois Wesleyan out of position. Titans have had very little opportunity to set up their offensive attack here tonight. Trailing 2 sets and trailing 11-6 in the third. V.C. Smith serving deep at Graybar, who backs up, and now Graybar motors ahead and swings. Megan Reynolds will aim short. Titans try to set it up. Sydney Mann stuffed. Graybar short. V.C. Smith dives in. Set up at the net. And in the net as well. Elmhurst will receive a point there. Aaron Wachtel just got a piece. 12-6 as the Blue Jays are doubling up Illinois Wesleyan here in the third, and a deep attempt from V.C. Smith. Set back at man. Sam Zarmak aims cross court. And problems for Sote-Waddell.
Again, you see how strong the Blue Jays defense and passing has been. Perry Morgan, the last 2 have been right to Katie Rufer, not having to move much at all to set up the Blue Jays attack.
Sote-Waddell swings and never was able to clear the net. It's 14-6 Elmhurst, and some more substitutions upcoming for Kim Nelson-Brown as Kinsey Schweigert is on.
Well, same thing, just like the first 2 sets, Tim. 4-point lead in the first 2. This time it was 5 points before Nelson-Brown used that timeout, and Elmhurst just comes right out of the timeout, missing nothing. Still on the gas, and now finally the Blue Jays points, the run ends, but not before they had an 8-point lead already. Still a 7-point advantage for Elmhurst.
Finally, Illinois Wesleyan with the side out. It is Schweigert serving. And the Titans have collected consecutive points. (14-8). Tarmac will twist to the right. Graybar with a kill for Illinois Wesleyan. Oh, it was blocked.
Blocked Reynolds and Rufer there for Elmhurst.
Wasn't sure it dropped in, but apparently so.
Did drop in. Line judge right on top. Down official right and get a good look at that as well.
15-8. Perry Morgan serving. Trying to take Graybar out of the equation. Graybar steps up anyhow. Caitlin Wilkes found plenty of space. The only body around was Thalman in the back row for Illinois Wesleyan. Blue Jays are doubling up the Titans here in the third set. A hush over the gym here at R.A. Fagnall Hall. Graybar to Morgan. Rufer there. Swatting in the middle. Sydney Mann. Graybar at Morgan again. Rufer comes near side for Zarmak, using the blockers. Jump ball at the net, and an opening for Aaron Wachtel.
Wachtel able to go cross court that time, finding a little bit of a hole in the back row. Perry Morgan a diving attempt, but coming up short for Elmhurst.
69. Sydney Mann on serve and into the net. One thing we have not seen very many of today are serving errors.
No, really, there haven't been. Maybe just a couple per team.
Taylor Rasmussen and Aaron Thill enter for Elmhurst. It'll be Thill serving. Katie Rufer has been at the set position for most of this third set. These two have kind of split time. Aaron Thill with a friendly roll.
You know things are going well for you when you get that kind of roll. That ball looked like it was almost below the tape when it struck the net and then just somehow magically rolled over the top of it and down to the floor. As a break for the Blue Jays puts it 18-9. Elmhurst in control, leading 2-0, and they are on their way to win number 13 here, it looks like, unless the Titans can stage a very late rally and force a fourth set.
Elmhurst trying to improve to 26-4 on the season. What a year it has been for the Blue Jays, who have kind of soared onto the national radar with a couple of significant victories. Among them a win over Carthage, who defeated the Blue Jays earlier this year in this very location. Well, the Elmhurst got their revenge on Carthage, who has been in the top 10 all season long. And that is part of this 12-match win streak, with the Blue Jays are trying to extend to 13 here today, leading 18-9 in set number 3. Out of the timeout, it'll be Aaron Thill on serve.
Took the Blue Jays a few weeks at the start of the season to crack into the national top 25, and then once they did, they have not exited. They cracked in originally at 25 and slowly started to creep up.
Never worked its way over the nets. 19-9.
Still, Elmhurst feels that the players on this team feels like that maybe they deserve even a higher ranking right now, the way that they are rolling right now.
It was a win over Wartburg that really kind of set the tone for the Blue Jays to enter the national rankings back on September 24th. Wartburg was nationally ranked at the time.
And then it was that big stretch run, beating 3 nationally ranked teams in 3 days. And a long block, and it is going to drop in for the Blue Jays. Jackie Pamalonis getting her first action in now for Elmhurst.
3 nationally ranked teams Kevin speaks of. Wisconsin Whitewater, a 3-set sweep on October 6th. Wisconsin Platteville on October 7th, also a 3-set sweep in Platteville's own tournament. So that was on a road contest, mind you. And then a 5-set win over Carthage on a neutral floor. They also swept Wartburg on that neutral floor in the same tournament at Wisconsin Platteville.
Well, Julia Hall will tell you she didn't know what to expect really heading into that stretch of 5 games. They had been struggling just a little bit in conference play, even dropping a set to Augustana. They still beat the Vikings out in Rock Island, but wasn't happy with the way that they played and wasn't really sure what to expect in that 5-game stretch. And instead, the Blue Jays come out 5-0 and have not looked back since.
20-11, Elmhurst trying to finish off the Titans. Been that kind of day for Illinois Wesleyan as Maddie Graybar just couldn't time her position. And again, Kim Nelson-Brown looking down the bench. Jenny Darrow will enter for the first time, not as the libero. She started as the libero, but switched jerseys with Sarah Blum entering this third set. Blum taking over libero duties. Sam Zarmak with a deep serve, 21-11, Elmhurst with a lead. Back set towards Alex Hill. And Hill will record the side out for Illinois Wesleyan. Returning is Kinsey Schweigert for the Titans as well, who are trying to avoid dropping to 500 at 14-14. Again, this very well could be the matchup next week, 1 week from today, in fact, in the CCIW play-in match.
Have to see how the other scores around the league shake out, but if the standings hold true and the team higher in the standings wins tonight, then it will be the Blue Jays against Illinois Wesleyan.
Schweigert is shaken up, favoring her right leg.
Point does count for the Blue Jays. The ball did go down. Looks like she's okay now, just trying to walk it off a little bit.
Titan bench confirming 22-12. And on to serve for the Blue Jays, Jackie Pavlonis.
Illinois Wesleyan will finish the year 2-5. North Park at 0-6 right now. Looks like they'll be the 8th seed.
Nice rally here late in the third. Rasmussen tries to set up Reynolds. Aaron Thill push it over the net. In the middle, Alex Hill short. Here's Reynolds. And Megan Reynolds brings Elmhurst to within 2 points of closing out the matchup today. 23-12 in the third. Jackie Pavlonis on for the first time today, the freshman out of Frankfort, Illinois, with a serving error.
Trying to go short, a little too short that time.
(23-13). Sarah Blum on serve. DC Smith steps up just with a little too much. No, they'll say it was tipped. And so Elmhurst has a match point upcoming with a lead sitting at 24-13 here in the third.
Melissa Milkey in for the Blue Jays. She will serve and try to put this match away.
Elmhurst bench comes to life. Milkey with a short serve. Punched at by Rhodes, who keeps the match moving a little bit longer here tonight.
Titans not done yet, but like we said, Elmhurst just a little too strong tonight. It's just foot on the gas still in this this whole time in this winning streak.
Out comes the towel to wipe up a spot on the floor. Sam Zarmak with the honors.
The amazing thing, Tim, the Blue Jays having to go to, in this 12-match streak, they've only gone longer than 3 sets 4 times.
And an ace for the Titans.
They went 4 sets against Wartburg, 4 sets against Augustana. Or excuse me, since the win streak began, 4 sets against Augustana, 4 against Cornell, 4 against Wartburg, and 5 with Carthage.
Zarmak off the front row. Left side for Schweigert short. Here's DC Smith. Was it tipped? No touch. Match continues.
So just like the first or the second set, Illinois Wesleyan fighting off 3 straight points. Before it was set points, this time fighting off match points.
Still back towards Reynolds. Graybar in the back row. Up is Rhodes. That's an over for Reynolds, who wins it. Elmhurst will sweep Illinois Wesleyan and improve to 26-4 on the season. The scores: 25-14, 25-18, and 25-16. The Blue Jays conclude the CCIW portion of their schedule with a 5-2 record. They will be the 3 seed and at home next week, likely against this same Illinois Wesleyan team to open the CCIW tournament with the play-in game on Tuesday. Illinois Wesleyan drops to 14-14. They're 2-5 in the CCIW as the Blue Jays run their win streak to 13 in a row. Elmhurst ranked 17th in the nation, chalks up another victory here tonight. And they will head into a couple of matchups this weekend with some area foes in the Benedictine University Eagle Classic on Saturday. Again, the upcoming schedule here on Blue Jay TV. Tomorrow, doubleheader soccer from Barons Park. 5 and 7:30, the Elmhurst women's and men's soccer teams will take on Millikin University as the conference schedule winding down, and then also for you on Saturday, yes, it's video coming to you from North Central as Elmhurst College football visits Benedetti Worley Stadium under the lights. The volleyball team sweeps Illinois Wesleyan tonight. That'll put the finishing touches on our broadcast. For our entire crew, producer-director Glenn, cameraman Phil, and for my broadcast partner Kevin Jude, I'm Tim Calderwood. Thanks for watching.